Thank you very much, Yuri. Thank you to the organizer for giving me the opportunity to give that talk. I have to apologize because some of you have already heard more or less all the talk, so you can do something else and relax. And I would like also to take the opportunity to present this picture of Marchior so that you keep Marchior in mind. You would be happy to be here and to have so many blackboards. As you can see, he was able to fill a blackboard in a very nice way. So now I shall switch to my presentation. So the goal is to see if you can get arbitrages and what kind of arbitrages if you have some extra information. So say everybody has the common information given by the market, and Yuri, as a chairman, has some private information about some specific event. So we have access to some traded assets in our filtration, and we will use strategies which are measurable or predictable or whatever with respect to our given filtration. Yuri has access to the same market, to the same price processes. However, he can use the extra information in his portfolio. And the goal is to give some examples. We do not have a full answer about arbitrages. So I start with the usual given probability space with some filtration F. I assume that the filtration is right continuous. It's very important in the proofs to have right continuous filtration. And on that probability space, I assume that I have a random time that is a non-negative random variable. Typically, tau will be the time of a default, as in the previous talk, but I have a single tau. So, and tau, I assume that tau is finite to avoid some difficulties, but it's not the main assumption. And I assume also that altogether we have information about the market with some price S. In the presentation, S will be one-dimensional, but it does not matter if S is d-dimensional. And I assume also, for simplicity, there is no loss of generality, that S is a P local martingale. Otherwise, I should assume, of course, that there is no arbitrages in the given filtration F, so I should just switch the probability. And I assume also, for simplicity, that the riskless asset has price 1, just to avoid not useful complication. So now I have to go to the filtration G. So I have written the filtration G here too, because you will really need that. And the filtration G is, in words, the smallest filtration which contains F, our filtration, because Yuri has access to our information, and also to the time tau when the time tau occurs. So before tau, Yuri knows that tau has not yet occurred, we don't know, and after tau, Yuri knows when tau has occurred, and he will remember that. And there is this intersection and so on in order that G is continuous on right. In the proofs, you really need that G is continuous on right, because you need that tau is a G stopping time, and if tau is not continuous on right, you can find counter example where tau will not be a G stopping time. Just look to the Delache-Meyer book, first volume. So there is just a case which is not interesting. So in some theorem, I shall have if tau is not, if tau is a F stopping time, the talk is over, because if tau is a F stopping time, G is equal F, so there is nothing to say. If there is no arbitrages in F, there is no arbitrages in G, because F and G are equal. So this is not interesting, and very often I have to exclude this possibility. So now I recall briefly what are arbitrages, just to fix the notation, but there is nothing new. So I have defined here what is a strategy. So the strategy can be either F adapted for us or G adapted for URI. And I shall look at the integrals, integral from theta ds, where theta is the strategy I am using. And here you see that I should face a problem. If theta is f predictable, this integral up to some integrability condition, this integral is well defined, because S is some martingale, so this integral is a meaning. Now, if theta is G adapted, this integral is a meaning only if S is a G semi-martingale. So I have to add some hypotheses so that S is a G semi-martingale. I should not add necessary and sufficient condition because nobody knows how to answer that problem. So I should add only sufficient condition later on. So the admissibility of a strategy is the usual meaning. I need that the value of the wealth associated to that strategy is bounded from below. And the arbitrage opportunities are those strategies such that the initial value of the strategy is 0 and the terminal value I am running up to infinity here. So the terminal value at time infinity is non-negative and strictly positive with a strictly positive probability. This is exactly the standard hypothesis. And if there are no such admissible strategies, I should say that there is no arbitrage. And I should call this strategy classical one just to make the distinction between that kind of strategy and the other arbitrage strategies that I shall introduce later on. And the famous no free lunch with vanishing risk hypothesis holds if there exists a change of probability so that S is a Q local martingale after the change of probability. It's the filtration we are taking care about. So of course, with my hypothesis, S was some P F martingale, local martingale. So no free lunch with vanishing risk holds under P in the filtration F. And the goal of the presentation is to give condition so that as Q, G semi-martingale, there exists still a change of probability so that S is a Q G local martingale. So I recall the definition, but in fact I will not really use it, but it will be important to remember that here the requirement is to have an equivalent martingale measure, so a real change of probability. The radon-Nikodym density is a true martingale. So now I shall switch to enlargement of filtration result. Of course, it would be interesting to study the same problem for a more general kind of enlargement, not the GT1, something more general. But mathematics fails. We do not have a lot. We just have examples for a more general enlargement of filtration. And the examples are more or less trivial from the point of view of non-arbitrages. So I shall introduce, as everybody does in enlargement of filtration, this super martingale, ZT. Very often this super martingale is called Azema super martingale. It's obvious that it is a super martingale. And you can check, if you work a little bit, that this super martingale is indeed right continuous with left limit. You have to check that by hand. I don't take the good version, I take exactly that super martingale, which is left continuous with right limit. And I shall decompose this super martingale. So at the beginning, you can think, and I was thinking that some years ago, well, super martingale, I should take the Doob-Meyer decomposition, and life is easy. You can do that, you can write the Doob-Meyer decomposition, but it's not useful. You can conclude in some cases if all the martingales are continuous, if the random time to avoid stopping time, as yesterday talk. But in general, you cannot work with the Doob-Meyer decomposition. So you have to work with another decomposition. I shall call it the optional decomposition. It's not the abuse of language because optional decompositions are not unique. I shall take a particular optional decomposition. I shall write this Z as a martingale, small m, minus A0. A0 is an optional increasing process, but not any optional increasing process. This is the F dual optional projection of this process A, which is the indicator of tau smaller than t. So this decomposition exists, and we shall see that there are interesting properties about this process Zm, these three processes, Z, M, and A0. So here I give an example, but I think I should skip the example just to make sure that, but you know, everybody knows here that it can happen that the Doom-Meyer decomposition with the predictable increasing process is not equal to the optional one. Of course, in a continuous filtration, if tau avoids stopping time, there is no problem. Otherwise, you can have problem because just look to the case where your tau is the first time where a Poisson process reaches some level, capital theta, independent of the Poisson process. So in that case, you can write easily the Doom-Meyer decomposition, and the optional decomposition is just simple. It's just Z equal Z. Because Z is, in that case, Z is increasing. But Z is not predictable. So, and I just point out something which is obvious but very important for my purpose. This martingale small m is non-negative. It's obvious. Tau is finite, so Z infinity is equal to 0. So I just write the equality Z equal m minus A0 for infinity, and I get that MT is a true martingale, MT is equal to the expectation of A0 evaluated at time infinity, given Ft, A is increasing, of course, as any increasing process, A is equal to 0 at time 0, so M is non-negative. That's obvious remark. Another obvious remark is that if M tau is greater than 1, with M tau strictly greater than 1 with strictly positive probability, if M is the value of a portfolio, so I need some assumption so that M is the value of a portfolio, then I have a classical arbitrage. That's obvious. M0 is 0, M is positive, so M is admissible. And if I can find a theta such that M is 1 plus the integral of theta ds, I get arbitrage opportunity. And I shall introduce another martingale, so it's not for the purpose of the talk, it's for the purpose of the talk, but this integral was introduced by Jelin when he was looking at enlargement of filtration. This is Z tilde. So I keep the notation of Jelin. So Z tilde, very similar to Z, this is the probability of tau greater or equal to t given Ft. So Z tilde is also a super martingale, however, Z tilde is not Cadlag. And since Z tilde is not Cadlag, forget about the Doom-Meyer decomposition. If you know some reference dealing with Doom-Meyer decomposition with super martingales which are not Cadlag, I would be happy. I did not find any. And all the theorem I check, the Doom-Meyer decomposition is for Cadlag super martingale, and in the proof you really need the Cadlag property. Nevertheless, this Z tilde admits some decomposition as M minus the left limit of A0. And the left limit of A0 exists since this is an increasing process. Of course, in the usual cases, Brownian filtration, tau avoids, Z equals Z tilde, so don't see the difference. But as soon as you go to a Poisson filtration, you find a lot of examples where Z is not equal to Z tilde. And surprisingly, there is, surprisingly, the good tool here is Z tilde, not Z. Move forward. And I shall start with a particular case. I shall go to a more general case later on. I shall go to the case with honest time. So yesterday in Beatrix's talk, honest time were hidden in the talk. Beatrix just define the honest time telling that it was the end of some optional process, optional set. These are exactly honest times. I just take another definition of honest time because the other definition is more convenient for me. A time is honest, so this is the definition, but this definition is not useful, and I should take the Gelin proof. A time is honest if and only if z tilde tau is equal to 1. Z tau is not equal to 1 in general, but z tilde tau is equal to 1 for honest time. And also, this optional process A0 is flat after time tau. So these are results of Gelin during the 70s, very old result, and I should take the result as granted. And now, this is the first result, obvious result. If tau is a finite random time, if tau is not a f stopping time, and if the market S0 is a bank account, S is complete, then there are classical arbitrages. And the proof, before and after tau. So before tau, it's obvious, because you get M here, M equals Z tilde plus A0, Z tilde tau is 1, so M tau is greater than 1. A0 is increasing. So since tau is not a stopping time, you can prove easily that A0 tau minus is not equal to 0. And then, since M is a martingale in a complete market, hence M is the value of a portfolio, initial value 0, because M0 is 1. So you get that MT is 1 plus the integral from 0 to t of sub phi ds. M tau is greater than 1, M tau is not equal to 1, so you get an arbitrage. And M is positive, and the strategy is admissible, so you have an arbitrage. After tau, so I should not give all the details, but this is exactly the same idea. M will provide the arbitrage. You have just to check a little bit that you cannot go exactly to M affinity because you are not sure that M affinity is well defined, so you have to stop a little bit before. But you have also an arbitrage given by the predictable representation property applied to M with respect to the price process S. So remember, honest time gives always, if the market is complete, arbitrages before tau, that is on the time interval 0 tau, and after tau, that is on the time interval tau plus infinity. So it means that I cannot find an equivalent martingale measure in the filtration G. It cannot exist, otherwise I should have no free lunch with vanishing risk, and I have free lunch with vanishing risk. The fact that I have assumed that the market is complete, I cannot remove that assumption. Maybe I can do something else, but it's easy to find counterexample where this filtration F is not, the market associated to S is not complete. You have easily counterexamples. So at least 2 examples of honest time for those of you who are not familiar with this kind of random time. The first one is the last passage time. So I take here S, the martingale associated to a Black-Scholes model with sigma constant, just to give an example. So this martingale goes to 0. It's exactly the martingale that Beatrix presented yesterday. This martingale goes to 0 when t goes to infinity. It's even a martingale here. So you have something like that. And you are looking at the last time, maybe I should go down here. At the last time, the supremum of a t, so this is the last time, where S is at the level A. The starting point is 1, so A is here, and tau is here. Tau is the last time where the process reaches the level A. This time exists and is finite because S goes to 0 when t goes to infinity. So you can check that it is honest. So you can do that in several ways. You can go back to the true definition. you can prove that it is the n, easily this is the nth of the optional set. You can also compute the z tilde and check that the z tilde is 1. So I've written here zt. It's a standard computation, not obvious but standard. So zt is given by the positive part, which is on the left-hand side. S tau is equal to a, because the path of S is continuous. So you can check here that z tau is equal to a, and in the continuous case, z and z tau are equal. So you can write the decomposition of z having the martingale path, so the small m is here. This is the local time. So you get the admissible strategy, which is an arbitrage strategy. And you have also another example, again, the same S. And you are looking at the time tau where S reaches maximum. So there is no computation to do here. You can just look at the picture and without honest time and without anything, you know exactly that Yuri will be clever enough to buy this stock price at time 0, and he will wait till time tau to sell S, making a benefit. After time tau, he will short sell the S. We have to check that it is admissible, but it's more or less obvious, and he can conclude at any time after tau. If you look carefully, these arbitrages arise just before tau or just after tau. If you stop a little bit before tau, so you have to make precise what means tau is not a stopping time, so you have to make precise what is a little bit before tau, but on 0 tau, tau excluded, you do not have arbitrages. So this example was presented in the Delachery, Meyer, Maisonneuve book. And this is the only result about finance. They explain that these times are called honest, this one called honest, and they claim, of course, any practitioners would like to have the knowledge of tau, so that he can make some benefit, and they conclude as a joke, this is why we call these times honest. But it's a joke, and the name of honest time was during the 60s, before the financial mathematics and arbitrages opportunities. So other examples, I should skip the example, I should skip also that example. And now I would like to go to non-upper bounded risk, or sometimes non-arbitrage of the first kind. Yuri studies that many times. So the definition is here. I should skip the definition. I just give what is interesting for me, that if you can find a local martingale L such that SL is a local martingale, then you have no arbitrages of the first kind. And here L is a local martingale. So I don't do a change of probability, I just do a change of measure, and this is a process LS, which is a local martingale. With no finite reversion risk, L is a true martingale. Here, L is a local martingale. And it will be, for example, for honest time, if I succeed to prove that the L exists, L will be a strict local martingale. So it will give you a lot of examples of strict local martingales. So, before tau, life is not so difficult, but quite difficult. So the idea is to say, well, I need to see how martingales, this S, in the F filtration, is transformed in the larger filtration. So you open any book on enlargement of filtration, and you find that result. That is X, which is F martingale, stopped at time tau, I am working before tau, can be written as a G martingale, the X hat, local martingale, and some say drift term. The bracket here is computed in F. So you say, well, I do a change of probability, which will make by X hat a martingale. So let us start with the case of all F martingales are continuous. It's very simple. You take the M which is sitting here. M is a F martingale. You look at the sub-martingale decomposition of M. So you get a M hat G martingale, and then you cross the finger And you say, well, if I am lucky enough, I can find this deflator, this change of measure, as an integral with respect to m hat. So you check, you write dl equal minus L something dm hat, and you do the computation, and you find that the something is 1 over z. 1 over z is well defined because z does not vanish before tau. So you do computation. Just Ito formula, integration by part, everything is simple. In the first step, you do integration by part in the G filtration, so that you get here a bracket. This bracket L S tau is a bracket in G because you are working in the G filtration. You put all the G martingale part in some basket, so this is why it's written equal G martingale. And you conclude. But in order to conclude, you need to know that the bracket in F and the bracket in G are the same because the martingales are continuous. So M is continuous. So for continuous bracket of continuous martingale, the predictable brackets are the same in F and G. But you can see here, you cannot reproduce this argument if F martingales are not continuous because the predictable brackets are no more equal. So you need to give an explicit formula which link the G bracket and the F bracket. This is what we did with the Tahir-Chouli and Anna. But nevertheless, you can look again at that formula and have a thinking of Girsanov's theorem. And Girsanov's theorem, you can apply either the Girsanov formula with the predictable bracket, but you can also apply Girsanov's theorem with some bracket, not correlation process. So you can think maybe I can have the same kind of formula with the bracket, the correlation process. And this is what Anna did. So here I just present the result because the proof is quite long. So the goal was to have the same kind of formula with the covariation process. So this is nice, and there is covariation process of X and M. This does not depend on the filtration. You have 1 over Z tilde instead of 1 over Z, that's not a main problem. And you have another term which is not so pleasant. And this is a dual predictable projection of this jump process where R tilde is written here. R is the first time where Z equals 0, and R tilde is R or plus infinity, depending if you are on the set Z tilde equals 0, strictly smaller than Z R minus or not. This formula, you can find a part of this formula without the predictable part in Delahaye-Meyer without any proof. So we check carefully. In the general case, it's obvious that we have a counterexample. We need this predictable part. So now it's easy. And you conclude, you work a little bit, that at least I should give the easy part. If the R tilde is equal to infinity, this predictable dual variation vanish, and you are more or less as before with the predictable bracket, just Ito integration by part, and you can do the job. But this condition is necessary and sufficient. And it was also done in some paper by Beatrix and Costas. So, and in the case, I should skip. In some cases, if X is some local martingale which has no jump at time R tilde, you can find explicitly the deflator. In the general case, you can also find explicitly the deflator, but it's more difficult. So I should just tell in some words what happens after tau. So before tau, we will say that we have if and only if condition for any random time tau. In that part, tau was not honest because I forget to say that. This formula is valid for any tau. I don't need the honesty of tau. So before tau, I would say we have a necessary and sufficient condition so that there is no arbitrages of the first kind after tau, even if this condition is not pleasant, but it's if and only if condition. So after tau, we are weaker. We do not have if and only if condition. We have just a part. First, the first thing is after tau, we need a condition so that S, the price process, remains a semi-martingale. Because if S is not a G semi-martingale, URI will deal with a price process which is not a semi-martingale. Obviously, there are arbitrages. So it's not interesting. So we have very few conditions so that martingales in the F filtration are semi-martingales in the LAT filtration. The only general condition is when tau is honest time. So if tau is honest, the work was done by Gelin and Yor, and we know that martingale, the small filtration, will remain semi-martingale in the large, and we have the decomposition. However, again, for the arbitrages, we face a problem here because we have to look at Z tau. It's not obvious, but working a lot, we have found that here Z tau is important. If Z tau is equal to 1, Z tau can be equal to 1 when Z equals Z tilde, for example, so in continuous filtration when tau avoids stopping time, then you can find arbitrages of the first kind by hand. You don't try to prove that there does not exist deflator. You construct by hand the arbitrage of the first kind. So if Z tau is equal to 1, it means also that tau avoids stopping time. So we can see that we cannot have Z tau equal to 1, otherwise we have arbitrages. So we go to the fully opposite case. I don't claim to the complementary case. We have deal with Z tau strictly smaller than 1. In between, we don't know what to do. So if Z tau is strictly smaller than 1, if tau is honest, I should avoid that. If tau is honest, then there are no arbitrages of the first kind after tau. And again, you can find, here it's in continuous filtration, you can find explicitly the change of measure, the local martingale L, which is used to do a change of, so that LS is a martingale. And the M hat here, this is coming from the Gelin formula, Gelin-Yor formula, Barlow also. You to start with X, which is an F martingale. This part, the first integral is exactly the Gelin formula. And the last integral after tau, this is that one. And this is the Barlow-Yor formula. And you got here some G martingale. So again, you guess that the deflator will be of the form dl equal L dm hat, and you can find easily that for continuous filtration, this is the deflator. In a general case, it's more difficult. The condition is that if tau is honest and Z tau strictly smaller than 1, then you have indeed non-arbitrages of the first kind after tau, if and only if this set Z tilde equal 1 and Z minus strictly smaller than 1 is evanescent. Evanescent means that it's the indicator function of that process is indistinguishable from the zero process. This part is rather difficult. We do not have very simple proof. So I just end quoting the papers where we are with Anna Aksamit, my PhD student, my former PhD student, Tahir Souli and Juan Deng. Deng was a PhD student of Tahir. We produce some papers. My colleague Shiki Song produced another result with the same result with another method using what he called local solution. Beatrix, Claudio Fontana, and Costas, they study the problem before tau with another methodology. They have more and less the same. They have the same results. Dr. Creer has also a very recent paper about the change of measure, so it's closely related with what we did. This is the Delachery-Meyer book and Maisonneuve, where the honest time is presented. There are some papers by Claudio Fontana, and this, half a minute, this problem of looking at arbitrages in a progressive enlargement of filtration was studied by Peter Imkeller and Jakob Schwirtz. 7 years ago, and more for Peter. And there are also papers by other people. So I should stop here. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much.